How's it going, everyone? Reckless Yuki here, and in today's video what I'd like to do is an unboxing of a new gaming peripheral that I just got, and it's for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, as well as the PlayStation 3, and it is the Xim4. This has a lot of mixed reviews online as far as whether or not it's ethical to use. I have my own opinions about it, which I'll explain in another video, but in this video what I want to focus on is just the looking at the product itself, unboxing it, and also explaining things that other people might need to consider if they are interested in the Xim4, things that you're going to have to go on the forum to kind of delve into to make sure that you do have all the pieces and parts to make this thing work. So without further ado, let's just kind of look at the box here. And as far as just a little bit of history, I used to use and own a Xim3, which is the predecessor to the Xim Edge, which is the predecessor to the Xim4. The Xim3 is freaking awesome. It was really cool. It had this little screen on here so you could see like exactly what you're doing, how to set it up and everything. And this was very expensive. This was about, I think, almost $300 when I first bought it. And I haven't used this since I started my YouTube channel because I was in fear as far as people telling me that I'm a dirty cheater if I'm using mouse and keyboard. But I do prefer the mouse and keyboard for first-person shooters like Call of Duty. I think it is exceptional. Now, with an updated reasoning, which I'll get into in a later video, I decided to purchase the Xim4, and this is a lot cheaper than the Xim3 when I purchased it. This is only $120, which I think is a phenomenal deal, especially if you consider, you know, scuff controllers for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox 360. This can essentially replace all your scuff controllers to use this for all four systems, so it is technically like a money-saving peripheral if you like having complete control, but don't really want to spend too much money into it. Now, as far as the things on the box, it says, you know, just a bunch of various stuff. It's gonna be compatible with a Android device or a Windows device, so either a computer or a tablet, in order to use this thing called a manager, which replaces the screen on the Xim3, and it's basically on your device that you could communicate with this via Bluetooth. So that's pretty cool. That's something that is definitely something that's upgraded from the Xim3, and I'm really excited to kind of test this thing out and possibly make a review of it in the near future after I, you know, fully understand how this thing works. So without further ado, again, let's unbox it with my big ass knife. So big ass knife, itty bitty weak tape, complete overkill here. The same amount of overkill that I'll be when I play console games with this device. So I'm pretty excited. Well, hopefully, well, not necessarily. I mean, this does have limitations. It's not like a true mouse and keyboard setup you'll find on a computer, but it does allow you to have a lot better control than you would with analog sticks. But anyways, when you first open up the device, you'll see that you get this quick user guide, which is very useful as far as just figuring out how to set things up. It tells you like where to put things and how to do it, and it's fantastic. So going with this is some equally equivalent protective foam to cover what the real product is, which is the Xim4. Now, getting this out of the case, I must say, this is a lot better than the box I received in the past. It's kind of like how scuff controllers definitely upgraded from when I first got a scuff controller. You could definitely see that they took pride in the packaging, as well as Xim4, they definitely took pride in the packaging. So this is the device. It's definitely just plastic with USB ports in the back and a button here, which is what you use to sync it up with Bluetooth devices. And then the two ports in the front to use for your mouse and keyboard. So overall, very small, doesn't take up a whole lot of space. If you want to compare it with the Xbox One controller, that's about how big it is. So it's nice. So that's pretty small. So I guess just another comparison is just compare it with the Xim3, Xim4. That's how big it is. And it basically looks the same in the back where it has like the little grooves in the feet. So I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I don't know if my face is gonna be in the way. And my camera's on facial recognition. So I hope that's good enough. Anyways, that's the Xim4, that's the main product, but what else do you get in this box? So you get that, and then you get this nice braided USB to mini, or that's a micro USB cable, so the same thing that connects to the back of your Xbox One and PlayStation 4 controllers. Let's see, this, I guess, goes into the back here, and that's how you connect this to whichever console you prefer playing on. Or this is how you connect it to your PC when you do a firmware update, which you're going to want to do the firmware update, and you want to make sure you have access to a PC. Now me, I have all Apple and Mac products, so I'm kind of screwed, but luckily I dual booted my Mac to have Windows, so I'll be able to upgrade the firmware on this through that. But if you don't have the ability to do that, definitely see if you can get a friend to allow you to use their computer in order to update this. And the braided cable. So that's basically all you get. So what you're going to need on top of this in order to use it, as far as from my hours of searching on the forums, is, well, obviously you're going to need some sort of a mouse and a keyboard device. Now, on the website, they're going to have a complete list of every known possible hardware that you can use with this. So if it's not on that list, I would recommend not trying it, or at least if you already have it, try it, see if it works. But if you're going to be purchasing something, make sure it's on the list before you purchase it, or you'll find yourself that you just wasted time and money on a device that's not going to work with this. So definitely look into that. And for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3, when using this device, you're not going to be able to use the chat feature of the controller. So on the controller of the PlayStation 4, you just plug this into here, and that's how you are able to communicate with other players. For some reason, when this connects to the XIM to the PlayStation 4, this is not available. Unlike the Xbox One, with the Xbox One, you still can chat through this with the wire connected to the XIM. But you can't do it on PlayStation 4. So something you're going to need in order to still maintain chat functionality with the PlayStation 4 is like a USB audio adapter, something like this. I picked this up because it didn't look too horrendously cheap. I think this was like around maybe 20 bucks, which is kind of expensive for one of these, but this was almost guaranteed to work on the forum. So I'm going to test this out to see if it actually does work. Hopefully it does, and I won't have any issues with chat, so I'll still be able to do everything fully with the PlayStation 4. So looking forward to this, and I'll definitely inform you guys if this is actually a good product. Probably in the comments below or in the description if this actually worked after I posted this up and after I've had a chance to play with everything. Now, another thing that you're going to have to get in order to get the XIM to work or to function correctly is it does not support Apple devices or Apple computers. So if you only have iOS or OS 10, then you're going to need to find something else in order to use it. So this thing uses a thing called XIM Manager, which you can use on an Android app or a Windows app or just on those devices. And it allows you to have real-time access to this to change the profiles to whichever game you're playing. And what I recently had to do, because I only had iPhones, is I had to purchase an Android phone. So I purchased this. This was called a Kyocera Event, and it's the cheapest Android phone that's guaranteed to work. This is the one that I found recommended on the XIM website, the XIM forums. And I found this on Amazon for $30. You could do a little bit better on eBay if you're willing to look and spend time into it. But the Kyocera Event is, it will do what you need for this device. At least that's what I'm told. I'm currently in the process of updating the firmware on this to try and get to work to connect to my Google Play account in order to download the device to use it to play and hopefully get everything synced up shortly. So that is where I'm at, but I wanted to just make this video because I was at the point where I needed to unbox it, and I wanted to make an unboxing video for you guys and to explain everything that you're going to need in order to get this to work if you do decide to go play with a mouse and keyboard on a console game. So hopefully that's about it. That's pretty much it about the video. Now look forward, if you're really interested in the device, I will be doing a review in the future, as well as I'll make my own kind of argument as far as whether or not this would be considered cheating or not. I have my own arguments about it, which you can agree or disagree with. But anyways, don't let that affect the video that you just watched. This was just mainly an informational video for anyone interested in purchasing it, just to show you what it is, what comes with it, and what you're possibly going to need to make sure everything works works fully to what you expect. All right, so that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys again in the next video. All right, bye-bye.